And you know I have Steppin with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody who has been listening to us tonight, as we do at this point of the show. Every single week we always move to our rants and we move to our closings. Of course, our special guest and my co-pilot for the night, Miss Tony, is going to help us close it out with her rant and her closing. Tony, the floor is yours, my sister. What you got to say?
Thank you. As always, a pleasure being here. Great way to start my week. I just want to say to all the students from elementary to pre-K to college, take advantage of the opportunity to learn. Shout out to all the administrators, the teachers that help us to raise and educate our children. And to the parents, get involved in your children's education. It's not just the school system's job to do that, or whatever public or private school that you may pay to do that. We all are responsible for the education of our children. So that's it. Be safe.
You got it. And you know I have Steppin with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Get my thank yous out. Thank you to everybody who listened to the show. We know we had a lot of people in the Tri-City area that listened to us tonight. We appreciate those folks in Jersey and New York that listen to us, Connecticut. Very, very, very special thank you to our guests that we had on the show tonight. We had our brother Chris B. Williams, motivational speaker and positive energy coach. We thank him for his contribution. Make sure that you keep your ears and eyes open to Legacy Internet Radio and Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J programming, because we're going to have him back on to talk about the event that he's going to have November 14th and 15th that he mentioned on the show tonight. So we definitely want to make sure that we support the brother. We're going to have him back on at some point before those dates so that we can have him tell you exactly what they're doing, more so than he could tonight. Also, thank you, in the interest of full disclosure, I mentioned earlier Nate Jones, my cousin, my family. So shout out to the Jones Phoenix family who was listening tonight, because they wanted to hear Nate and I chop it up about all things NFL. So we appreciate that. We got into some stuff that wasn't even NFL. So definitely happy that brother had an opportunity to join us, and with the football season in full swing starting yesterday and Monday Night Football going on tonight with the two games, it's definitely good to have him on, and it would be fun to have him on again. At this time of the show, as we do every single week, we always profile a missing and or exploited child. This week is no different. We're looking for Samuel Batek Nong. Samuel Bateki Nong. He is missing since September 12, 2015, which is just over the weekend. He's a black male. He's a 5'9", 160-pound black male. He's 15 years old, but he looks considerably younger. He wears glasses. He was wearing a yellow T-shirt, green sweater, gray shorts, glasses, carrying a green backpack, and he's got black hair with little spots of gray in it. So that should be something that you spot, because it's certainly a little bit different for a young 15-year-old to have gray hair in it. So if you've seen Samuel Pateki Nong, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com. Please contact their website. I already said that. Please contact them by phone at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. As far as the rundown, Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, the flagship show. You hear it every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday in live and radio. Of course, Mr. LP, along with his team, includes Raw Silk. So definitely make sure you check them out. Wednesdays, you've got the Uptown Lounge featuring the Great Debate at 8. Thursdays, you've got All Throttle Radio, the Biker Show, 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Listening Party, another hip-hop show, beats, underground, DJs, 9:30 Eastern. Friday, getting you ready for the weekend with the pregame. They're on at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. And then Saturdays, we replay some of the shows that we gave you throughout the week. And so we appreciate you tuning in for those as well. And then the Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix going all night. Saturday night going into Sunday morning. Sundays, of course, amplified gospel. A lot of spirituality. You got music. You got sermons. You got all kinds of spirituality. 24 hours. Legacy Internet Radio is going to bring you some sort of programming. So that's the end of the show. I know everyone looks to me to bring you a rant and to bring you a closing at the end of the show. Tonight is no different. Very, very brief, though. Just kind of echoing the sentiments to our sister Tony just a few minutes ago with the back to school. Definitely keep in mind that the kids, man, when I see them, one of the more important things that I like to try to make sure that I impress upon Mama J is application. Apply yourself. Try hard. If you're having difficulties, ask for help, because you can't actually progress unless you understand what you're doing. I was having a conversation recently when we did a live event with Legacy Internet Radio in the mall on Saturday, and there were a lot of people that were coming by to us, and we were meeting a lot of people. One person that came by was a teacher. She teaches at Meadowbrook High School in the Richmond, Virginia area, and one of the things she was saying is that the standardized testing is something that is not positive, because you're teaching kids how to be stressed out, and you're teaching kids that it's only important to cram a whole bunch of information and test them, and then they lose it the next day. And I think that that's not necessarily the way to go about it. And I think it's imperative that we as parents and elders take the time to be involved in our children and their education, because we are their first teachers, not the teachers at school. It's us. It's us, the parents. It's us, the guardians. It's us, the mentors. It's us as the people who are tasked with raising those young minds. And it's going to be with our guidance that they're going to progress. Teachers are paid people. No matter how great they are, remember, they're paid people, and people do their best job when their heart and spirit is in it, not because they get money. So if you are the parent, it comes to you first. They always say that the mother is the child's first teacher. I would like to add the dad to that too, but I take that to heart. Very, very important. So keep that in mind. Go to the school, go to the school board, go to the meetings, and take extra pride in your child's education, because remember, they're a reflection of you. Keep that in mind. That's the Marcus's unrelated rant that really had nothing to do with what we talked about tonight. Once again, thanking everybody for listening to the show tonight. I want to remind everybody that independence is key to building your legacy. I also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley, who you hear singing in the background. And you know how Steppin with Marcus J. We'll be back right here next week. Oh, by the way, we're going to run this back in its entirety. Almost forgot to tell y'all that. But we're running this all the way back. So you're going to hear Chris Williams, and you're going to hear Nate Jones, and you're going to hear Tony and I one more time. So don't go nowhere. And you know how Steppin with Marcus J. Be back right here next week, y'all. Peace.